Welcome back, and we've done all the tapering or we've done all the frame tapering of pre-engineered building in COMOSYS 2024, and that's how easy it is. Now, COMOSYS, you can do anything by just customizing everything with the tools available and come up with a very wonderful structure in COMOSYS. Now, let's go straight and start placing the base plate, and we'll create a joint here. We create a connection there, and create a connection between the rafter and the column, and we create some splices there, a splice here and a splice right there. So let's go to macro gallery here. This will help us in placement of all those connections. So let's first of all begin by placing the base plate. So I'll come to base plate connection. So I'll pick on the first one here, base plate, pick on that. So then select the column as it is. You can see in the instruction given there. Right click and give it some time to bring that information. Right click and click interrupt to get out of that command. So we want to further detail this. So how do you get back to a dialog box or edit a dialog box of this particular base plate? Just select any part of this particular base plate, select on that, then press letter M on your keyboard, then enter, press enter button on your keyboard once again. That will bring the editor dialog box for the base plate, and from there on you'll be able to feed in or customize the size or the details or add more details on the base plate. So just give it some time to bring it up, and from there we'll be able to add more details right there. There we are, and this one is here, and we first of all we want to edit it because this is a default setting and we don't prefer to use this. So luckily enough, COMOSYS always have some options where you can save particular connection or particular settings or detailing or your customized detailing so that you can repeatedly apply that to your structure. So in this particular case, I had one already done and I have these in place. So I had saved this, so I can just go ahead and come to micro presets here, and I can pick on that, pick on the setting that we had done previously and save. So once I've picked on that, I'll click load. So once I've loaded that, I'll be able to click apply. So if I click apply, I'll be able to get this right away instead of going back and forth. So another thing I can show you is the dimensions or the settings of this. So I'll just do the same thing, just select on any part here and press letter M on my keyboard and enter, and give it some time to bring the dialog box, editor dialog box. From that editor dialog box, I'll be able to show you the measurements or the dimensions I used to come up with something similar to this. Just give it some time to bring it up. And here we are, and if I just drag it aside like that and come to figure, you can see I had only enabled the middle stiffeners and the middle stiffeners and on the web stiffeners and the flange stiffeners here only. So I just I checked that and checked that, and if I come to plates here and stiffeners, these are the details I had used. So there are no more details. So another thing I had used is I got rid of was shear key. This one here. Just click none. I don't need any shear key right there. So once you've done so, always come. Once you're satisfied with that particular connection, come to macro presets here and click save as. So the moment you click save as, you'll be able to enter the name of that particular connection and click OK. So once you've clicked OK, the name will be previewed here. Then click load. Once you've loaded it, click apply, and that will be saved automatically. So every time you try to use the same particular connection, it will be used or it will be applied automatically. So let's create another connection here. So where do you go to? We'll come to splice. So under splice, I'll come to tapered splice. So I'll pick on that I'll pick on this member and pick on that member. So I'll right click once again to get out of that connection. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pick or select any part of this connection here and further add more details, not as simple as it looks. So once I've selected on that, I'm going to press letter M, then click enter or press enter on my keyboard right there and wait for the editor dialog box for that tapered splice for the column. So from there, I'll be able to comb it further or add more details or customize it further to my satisfaction. So there we have this in place. So as we had done for the base plate, we have also a preset or a preset already made that I had already made. This is important so that you don't waste so much time going back and forth and creating those connections. Once you've created it once, don't let that detail disappear. Save it because you might need it at some point. And now here, I'll just, once I've come to presets and the macro presets here, I'll click on that drop down arrow. So you have this, you can see I have already have one for after, I have one for PEB column. So I click on that. So if I go ahead and click load and click apply, you'll be able to see the details coming up here. So you can see that coming up straight on the spot. So you don't need to come up and start working up and down, looking for the appropriate dimensions. So let me just walk you through all the tabs so that you have a preview of the detail of that particular connection. So if you intend to apply the same on your tapered column. So you can see that. So if I come to plate tab here, you can see all the details, all the chamfers I had used here. If you come to bolts, you can see what I've used here. You can use that and save it as a macro preset. On the weld, I just leave it as at a default and macro set. Preset is now the name, or I prefer to save that particular connection. So once you've done so, just go ahead and apply and load it and save. That will save it automatically. So let me go to the next connection. So the next connection is this one between the column and the rafter. So let me come to beam to column connection. So I'll come to beam column connection here, and this is where I'll get new connection type 2 here. I'll pick on that and pick the column, then pick on the rafter here. So the moment I pick on the rafter, I'll have a default appearance, a default connection here. So from here, I'll be able to just select any part of this particular connection and press letter M on my keyboard and press enter on my keyboard. This will bring the editor dialog box for me to be able to customize it further or add more details on this particular knee connection here. So inside there, I have my already saved connection there. So I'll just go ahead and pick it and place it here. So I'll not be able to waste so much time. So let's just give it some time to bring it up. So there we are. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to just drag this aside so that I'll have a preview of what I'm trying to do. So you can see options available here. We have all this preview. We have this option, we have that option, we have this option, we have this option. So under my macro preset here, I'll come here and I'll pick an option 1. So let me see option 1 if it suits what I need. So I'll come here and click load and click apply. So if I click apply, I'll be able to see the connection appearing here. So let's just give it some time to process that information. So I have this in place. So let me just drag it aside. So I have this in place. I can also use that option here and click load and click apply and click apply here. So once I click apply, you'll be able to see a plate has been added here to add more strength on this section here. So you can see that. So it's your preference, it's your choice to pick on the right connection. So let me pick on the pipe 01, load, and click apply. So let me just click on apply here. So the moment I click apply, I'll give it an OK here. I'll give it an OK. So once I've given it an OK, and come here and pick any part here and right click and hold and turn that around, you can see we have these in place and it looks super nice kind of connection for PEB or pre-engineered building. So I'll come here once again on the rafter and come here. I think this applies the same to the other end. So let me just do quickly a little bit quicker on the rafter here. So I can also leave this to the next presentation so that you see I don't rush you so much into grasping some very important information like this. So let's meet on the next presentation I'll show you how we can add more connections on the rafter here. So let's meet then.